Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, November 11th, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I value taking it slow to be aware where my subconscious guides me. Happy 11/11 portal. I had so much resistance to doing this scope. I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to record. I don't want to. And I kept feeling like, oh no. This is, to reference my yesterday's scope, this is a should that I'm grateful for, ultimately. Woof, but I was feeling the resistance, and I think that the resistance is actually part of the scope. I think that I was just feeling this energy that we have. We actually have quite a few squares going on, and we have a yod, an interesting yod that we're going to be working through on and off over the next, I don't know, probably week about. Today it involves Venus in Scorpio. In a few days it'll be Mercury in Scorpio, and then it'll be the Sun in Scorpio. But that's not actually the focal point. The focal point is Mars in Gemini. So we will have those planets. Today it's Venus. Venus feeding in on one hand and Pluto feeding in on the other hand. And as this Mars energy is retrograde, this is helping us shift how we take action. And it's so interesting that it's Scorpio, planets in Scorpio on one part, and Pluto, both which can take us to motivations, desires, whether they are pure, true desires and motivations, or more underhanded, subconscious desires and motivations that we have. And this is a beautiful time to purify these energies, to really check our motivation, to check in with ourselves before taking action. Now, this also goes hand in hand with the Sun and Saturn in a square. And so if the vibe is not right, we're not like feeling like the ease, right? Like the resistance that I was feeling because I wasn't listening. I was like, what am I going to say? That's what my brain does, right? And then I wasn't holding space for spirit to bring through the message. As soon as I sat here, just all started pouring in, right? But because I was psyching myself out with my psyche, I was stuck in that resistance energy. So you may feel some of that through the day as well. And if so, check your motivation. Check where the energy is coming from. And chances are there is some subconscious energy coming up in and through this. With this yod, we want to be very aware that we can change our patterns, but it does mean that we have to be very vigilant to our shadow energies, our psyche, our subconscious, all of that, because all of that right now is feeding into our action energy. So that Saturn Aquarius energy, that's like, where's your vibes at? What is it truly at? Not just like, what is the mask vibe at? What is your true vibration at right now will also help you establish where you are moving from. Now, it's so interesting card-wise. I have the awareness card, which is the chariot moving forward in victory, and the going with the flow card. So we have potential to really be in this, but then we also have the conditioning and the shoulds, the morality card. So we really get to choose what our motivation is. Is it, through awareness, being in our aligned flow, or is it this old conditioning, the shoulds that is driving us, that are driving us? And it's not that pure motivation. It's not that pure, true soul vibe. Either way, we are being called to hold the space of understanding for ourselves as we move through these energies. So, Moon will finish up in Gemini, driving a lot of the mind energy throughout the day. Moon is making several interesting connections as well. The Moon is also taking part in this yacht as well. So the Moon is definitely bringing the subconscious up for awareness. And chances are you may find yourself reacting from subconscious, from old patterns. So watch your reactions today, because that may really drive you. Moon and Mars in connection as well. That's how we're starting the day. You may feel a little temper tantrumy as you start, which may also be in reaction to your patterning, right? Like how you are currently showing up in your world. And this is giving you opportunity to shift. So notice where the crankifications come because you can make adjustments there. Venus and Mars in that little dynamic is going to be happening in the afternoon. So we will reach that in conjunction. Why does it sound weird all of a sudden? We have some Luce drama in the background. Trying to gather the thoughts. Gather. Where was I going? Venus in conjunct Mars. We may also be finding that we're not listening to our intuition, that we're wanting to just react, rather than listening to that Venus energy. And so tuning in to that, where we're wanting to react, and tuning into, again, our intuition will help us in and through these energies. Whew. Moon finishing up, moving through Gemini, shifting into Cancer, 4:22 p.m., bringing us deep into the feels for this weekend. So be aware of these feels. Like I said, this yachting will continue on and off over the next week. So stay tuned. I will be doing write-ups this weekend just to give myself a little break. So look for the write-ups on YouTube and on Facebook. And you can always book a reading. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.